Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Lipkowitz. I'm a real estate agent based in Montgomery County, Maryland. I specialize in both residential and equestrian properties, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about some inexpensive updates that can help you sell your home. The condition of the exterior of your home is incredibly important. I've had buyers pull up to showings and immediately rule a house out based on how it looks on the outside. And there are a number of things you can do to ensure that a buyer makes it to the interior part of the tour. Firstly, the front door. That's where they're walking into the home. So replacing it, repainting it, it's relatively inexpensive and quick, and it can have a pretty big impact on how a buyer feels about a tour and about a home. You can also consider sealing your driveway, or at least, pulling out the grass and weeds that are growing up through the cracks. Things like the shutters. If you are missing shutters, you should certainly replace the missing shutters. If the shutters are just looking a bit worn, you can consider repainting them. Now, the last thing that is really, really important when it comes to curb appeal, again, make sure that you have maintained the outside of your home, and that includes the landscaping. Make sure you have mowed the lawn. Make sure you have, if the mulch is old, lay fresh mulch. Put out some potted plants. It makes a huge difference, because if buyers go up to your home and they see that, the grass hasn't been mowed and the exterior hasn't been maintained, they're going to immediately question whether or not the systems inside the home have also been neglected. It's really important to know that it is incredibly unlikely that you will recover the cost of renovating your kitchen or your bathroom in the sale of your home. So there are a number of updates that you can make that will help you sell your home without breaking the bank. Paint is something that I think is on most sellers' minds. Fresh paint can have a real impact on how a room feels to a buyer, on how big it feels, on how much light they might perceive. It's really a very, very important part of, updating your home to get it ready for sale. And contrary to popular belief, you don't have to paint every room white. As long as the colors tie together well, that's really the most important thing. Another thing that you're going to want to consider is replacing fixtures. So, light fixtures, if they're looking old or worn, replace them. Faucets, rather than replacing a whole vanity or an entire sink, sometimes the simplest thing is just to replace the faucet to update the look. In a similar fashion, replacing hardware, pulls on cabinets and doorknobs, things like that can really help to update the look without, having the cost or the hassle of completely replacing a vanity or cabinets or what have you. There are definitely instances where I recommend sellers replace their flooring. However, a lot of the time, professionally cleaning your carpets, having them stretched, or putting fresh stain on hardwood is actually the right answer. This goes for tile too. You don't necessarily have to replace tile floors, backsplashes, tubs, showers. Sometimes it's as simple as just regrouting them. Tile often looks really old and worn because the grout has become discolored and parts of it are missing, and sometimes regrouting it can make it look as good as new. Crown molding is another super simple DIY project that I think most people could probably do themselves. You can go to Home Depot, buy crown molding, and there's a reason that buyers really like crown molding, even if it's not something that they really consciously notice or like about a home. Crown molding makes the ceilings look taller because it draws the eye upwards. So there is good reason for crown molding, and it is another relatively inexpensive update. Lastly, I think it's really good idea, especially if your kitchen is dated, to consider replacing appliances. I know a lot of sellers will just say, well, I'll just buy a $500 home warranty for the year, but still buyers are going to walk through and they're going to see old appliances, and it's going to color their opinion of the home and how much work they're going to have down the line. And so even if you don't want to, completely renovate your kitchen, I think it's a very good idea to consider replacing the appliances. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sarah Lipkowitz. I'm a real estate agent based in Montgomery County, Maryland. I specialize in both residential and equestrian properties.